Hello and welcome to the inaugural round of the TAGSCAR Championship on TCB. Really happy to have you here. I'm going to do a live commentary of my event because I was the host, and basically how I did in the 29 Charger that you can see on screen now. This was the qualifying grid. As you can see, DDM Assassin took pole in the number 94 Oldsmobile and takes 2 points ahead of the race because of that. Followed up by Matt Cargo 458 in P2, myself in P3, Rookie Grumpelsblocks in the 97 in P4. In P5 it was It's Hordes, followed by Yami here 682, Fungus and Lapper on row 4, Kiat Club Baguette and TRL Car Guy on the inside there on the Kick Sauber liveried car. Then comes Burnout 2570 in the Tags Charger. Alongside him is Adam Plumbridge, aka the Plum Bum, in the 82 DeLorean? Yeah, okay. And Pinball Wizard, another rookie in the 21 Toyota, alongside Dangerman 8000. And bringing up the rear of the grid is Door Charlie T in the Cannon Ford and Gaming Lover 13, the last of the field and the last of our rookies. This is the most stacked grid that we've ever had on TCB. It was such a pleasure to run, so many new faces, and just a great time all around. You know, if you host a championship with this many people on Forza, they're always going to have battles up and down the grid, no matter where you finish. And especially on an oval, where we run stages, so there's a stage caution halfway through the race. And as the cars come to green now, you'll see the formation lap. We run this at 100 kilometers an hour. The leader gets to pick where the field goes to green in a specific start zone. And I think, as you can see here, the cars start accelerating quite early. He gets a pretty good jump on the 45 on the outside there, and leads the field to green into turn 1. I try and go to the inside here, almost go on the apron, lose the rear end of my car, and drop a position because of that, actually, to the MG behind. I say MG, they're all Oldsmobiles, but we like to have fun with the manufacturers here. We've actually got 9 or 10 different manufacturers participating in this championship. Little problem there for the 68 Pontiac of Yami here. Gets forced out into the wall there a little bit. I don't think he was expecting to be as fast as he was into that corner, because he got into the draft and then helped around there by Fungus. This is the O2 who got me on the line. It's Hordes, coming up just behind that car guy 458.
Oh yeah, I've got teammates to think of, fuck.
Tactics and that, yeah.
Hannah's team player of the year here. Oh yeah, I have teammates.
This is NASCAR. Teammate etiquette doesn't exist.
It's more manufacturer based in this fucking season.
No.
Oh
We
yeah,
have
manufacturer
Renault in
based there, 10 of them.
And I bring only the best coke smugglers from Ireland.
So racing, not the only thing on my mind there, as you might be able to tell. We're going 3 wide up here with Hordes and Assassin. Really fun when we get to do this. Obviously it didn't quite work out for Yami on the first lap, but this lead pack has really broken away from the chasing group, and we're establishing ourselves as kind of the front runners, at least in stage 1 on lap 9. Myself, Grumpels, Assassin and Hordes pulling away from the pack, but they're not too far behind, as you will be able to see here from the rear-facing camera of the MG. There I am on the inside. I think that's Lapper and Car Guy chasing us behind, and they're not too far behind. They're definitely still in the tow in the draft, and we've got the stage caution to come as well. So it's all to play for still. This is the number 1 Renault Camaro, as I like to call them, of Fungus. Another one of the 3 car teams we've got in here. Unfortunately, Fungus gets into a little incident here, as you can see from the onboard of Adam, wherein he gets a little loose around turn 4, clips his teammate actually, I'm not sure if that was a snap or anything, and then just absolutely clatters the inside wall, the pit wall even. So we're lucky stim damage isn't on, although he is right next to the pit lane, so it probably wouldn't have been hard to recover from that. Luckily, doesn't stall it, gets it spun around. This is the onboard from the 24 of Dangerman. Narrowly avoids getting hit there and making that crash a lot worse than it actually was. Skipping ahead a couple of laps now, as you can see, this front running group has broken away a little bit. Grumpel's getting a little bit leery there on turn 3. I do love the liveries that people have made for this series. The grid looks so colourful, so vibrant, and expect to see different paint schemes next week and even next race. I happen to have some insider knowledge on that. Going on to lap 18 then, just in the tow of Grumpels, who leads right now. Although he's going to get pushed out wide here a little bit by Hordes in the wall, and of course the walls on Forza are very, very deadly. They slow you down 100 miles an hour in a second. It's crazy. So our quartet's down to a trio for now, but as you can see, the chasing pack, led by Lapper, followed by Kargai and Kiak, are not far off, and eventually they are going to catch us, and perhaps even take the positions of those ahead. On Homestead, we don't run restrictor plates, so it is quite easy to get in the tow and catch back up. I'm leading here, going on to lap 26. The stage caution is at the end of lap 31, halfway through the race, so I really want to be in a good position coming here to get a maximum of 8 bonus points. The way the point system works in this, it's kind of a sprint race. If you're familiar with the Formula 1 sprint race system, that's what we do for stage 1. Stage 1 you get 8 points if you win, all the way down to 8th place getting 1 point. It puts an emphasis on winning the entire race over just a stage, because you get 25 points if you win a race. I'm going to try and duck to the inside here on Hordes, but I end up making a mistake and actually running out a little bit deep, a little bit wide on turn 4, and Kargai is going to beat me to the line to clinch second for stage 1, but 3rd place is not bad.
Scheisse.
Once was enough.
Give it go.
Right, Charles, I'm going to be coming out of this slower court.
Okay.
No, he's
so-
got me. Alright.
Okay,
Is that-
Pinball,
is
you
that
keep
it?
running
Is
too
that-
fast.
Alright,
Okay.
alright.
Caution
What
play.
do I
Caution.
do? Do I go round now?
You
Go
do
around,
it,
outside,
you
outside.
go around
Yep.
outside. So yeah, let's slow
And
down
we save
to
one.
caution speed.
Go round now.
Yeah, just
Hold
sweep.
Oh,
slow
I hit
down.
the wall. Oh.
Fly like the wind.
The remaining members of the grid are rearing to go then for stage 2. I'm lining up in P3 alongside my teammate Lapper, and I get caught a little bit off guard here. I kind of forget about the whole starting rule, but I still managed to break away pretty well from the pack. Lapper and I neck and neck, almost swamping Kargai on the inside and outside. 2 TAGS Transatlantic Goober Squad cars on the inside, but I'm about to have, as we call it in the business, a skill issue. I look behind me at just the wrong moment, and I have a lapse in my judgment, which spins me around, tagging the rear end of Grumples, and unfortunately taking out the 68 of Yami with me. I really do apologise to him for that.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
that's a slide.
Oh
My
no, why
okay,
now?
so
The whole
the
back
last
is gonna
shot.
get me. Shit. Oh, that was my bad.
Mm.
That
Oh
was-
no, someone died.
Oh,
that
there
was
goes
me. That
Hannah.
was me.
Oh,
He's
we had a
collected
big one.
Yami.
I was looking the wrong way. That was all me.
Oh,
My
Oh,
apologies.
sorry.
I mean-
13.5?
That's crazy. I can't keep up that slipstream.
Oh, 9.5.
595.
that's
Oh.
top from me.
Yeah, that's quick.
The rest of the race for me then was just spent trying to catch up to that next group. I spent about 20 laps trying to do this, and I only just caught the back of the pack of my teammate in the number 20 Charger just ahead of me. Quinn had a little bit of an accident, and that's why Pinball Wizard is right with him there in P11 and 12. So they're just out of reach under my fingernails. But, you know, if I want their position, I'm going to have to take them for it. I mean, take it from them. Up the inside I go of my teammate into turn 3. Thankfully he doesn't put up that much of a fight, even almost getting himself into the wall there. And unfortunately I wasn't able to catch the group, skipping forward to the final lap, trying to send it up the inside of Pinball Wizard there, but I backed off a little bit because that was a little bit of an audacious dive bomb, let's call it. And he does actually manage to get Quinn on the inside there, so a fun race all around.
Go back! I want to be.
Grand Oak Raceway.
Here we go then, race 2, and after winning stage 1 in the last race, Hordes picks up a pole position, allowing himself to get further ahead in the championship. I'm P2 in my 29 there, doing a little skid as you can on road courses. Quinn lines up P3 alongside a special livery from Grumples, whipping out the new paint scheme for the second race there. It looks gorgeous with that pink outline. And of course Princess Robot Bubblegum on the side, as is custom. DDM Assassin down to P5 in this one, but expect big things from him. Kia Klebaget in P6, closely followed by Kargai and Charlie on the next row. This field is still just tight as ever heading into this race. Just because it's a road course doesn't mean these cars are any less equal, and you'll certainly see that in the race to come. Adam there lining up on the fifth row, just alongside Pinball Wizard in the Toyota. putting in a really solid performance for a rookie. These cars are not easy to drive, especially because we have the restrictor plates off for both Homestead and Grand Oak. The only ones that we're racing them at are the super speedways on the calendar, Indianapolis and Daytona. If you're interested, by the way, in joining this series, then there'll be options to do that. You know, just message me in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments down below, and if you'd like to join, then just send me a message. Nick bringing up the rear of the field for round 2, race 2 of round 1, and it's Hordes leads the field to green. Now, if I was caught sleeping last time, I was definitely caught sleeping here, because he pulls away by a solid 2 or 3 tenths coming to the line. So I really need to work on my reaction time. Quite slow, I'm sleeping. And apologies if the replays are a little bit skewed here. If we get more action in the first stage than the second, that's just because the replays can only save up to 11 minutes, and that doesn't even get us to the end of stage 1. So I do my best. We're gonna go more on board for this one, because I had a really tight battle later on in the race with Hordes. Some of the best racing I've had on this game yet. Really loved every second of it, and we get a little bit of a better exit on the inside here. He forces me onto the grass, but I try and get up the inside, outbrake him into there. Here's the onboard footage of that. 2 wheels dipped on the grass, kicking it down into second, and just about losing out on that one. But he goes a little bit wide, keeps it out the gravel with a nice little tail flick through there. You'll see here we were just neck and neck for most of this race. We were going too wide into pretty much every single corner, braking really late there on the inside for this next corner. He's just drifting ahead of me the entire way. I feel like I'm tandeming in this thing. And God, they are such a blast to drive, especially around road courses, is what I find. We're going to Watkins Glen next week, and that should be a whole bunch of fun. Eventually, I do get him back on the next lap, and you can see here from the rear-facing camera, we are so close together. If we had a four-car battle for the lead last time, this time we have a 5-car battle. So heading on to lap 6, we enter what I'd like to refer to as the saga of the first sector, wherein Hordes pretty much gets me every single lap. The first lap I do make a mistake on the inside, send it into Quinn's quarter panel there, and around we go into the second corner. I do love the first sector on this track. You can see from the rear-facing camera, once again, matted to the bumper of the MG. I do lose out 2 positions in this sector, actually, but I do manage to eventually get them back. Down the field, we have another battle brewing between Car Guy and Lapper 96, making a really good comeback from an invalidated lap during qualifying, trying to send it around the outside of the Sauber. It's a really good track for racing, especially in these cars, I do find. Anyway, the saga continues going into lap 7. Just a single lap later, I'm going to make the most audacious pass I can, because both of them go a little bit wide. I'm going to send it up the inside of both of them and try and reclaim the lead. Have to send it around the outside here, drift the car, turn in, counter steering all the way through turn 3. And we're gonna. It appears that we're gonna take P1. We get a little tap from behind, but we correct it easy enough, and we streak away.
I can repeat what you did.
That was a line through the last corner, but it works.
And streak away I did. It was almost the end of the stage, and I did manage to bolt away from the chasing pair behind as they were battling, getting a little bit out wide there, but it wouldn't matter come the end of the stage, because look at the lead I've pulled there. These two did actually keep going at it for the entirety of the stage. As you can see, Quinn just getting a little bit leery on the outside. I do love this pass that Hordes makes on him here, so close into the last corner. They call it Gambler for a reason, and right on the ragged edge around there, 2 of the most experienced, 2 of the best racers that you'll ever drive against, and it looks like Horde's just going to prevail in this one. But in the end, I did manage to streak away from that pack because of their battling, and it was just unbelievable up and down the field. Such fun, especially from the front pack. I can't stay for the rear, but eventually I did manage to procure the stage win, claiming a nice 8 points for myself and my team. Heading into stage 2, and I was the one that controlled the restart this time. I tried to bolt away close to the line but not at the line, just to throw some people off, but it doesn't look to have worked, at least on Hordes, because he is sticking with me. And if you thought last time was a first sector saga, then let me introduce you to part 2, because it's pretty much every single lap that an attempt on my life and my position was made from the chasing MG. It's such a lot of fun leading the field to green. You just got so many people behind you looking to take you up the inside, which, I mean, it's usual for a Sunday night for me, but you know, it's more fun when it's in the virtual form. Up the inside, Hordes goes, but I managed to get the grip on the outside, forced onto the grass once again, but that's just racing in TAGSCAR, and Hordes is just kissing my ass up the whole start-finish straight. Sorry, though, I think my mic lagged a little bit there for no reason. Up the inside he goes, Quinn just behind, as you can see from the arrow there. And this pack was just so tight for a lot of the time we were battling. Onto lap 18, another attempt was made. I go a little bit in deep, but I try and hold it on the inside, just parking it on the apex. It's difficult to do in these cars, and I do make a little mistake there, washing myself out wide, and I am going to get got by Hordes, trying to defend from the inside, while also having a look up for the race lead, and I do send it down the inside, and do make the pass, surprisingly there, getting a little bit uneasy on the exit, but that's no matter. I'm having to defend from 5 cars behind me. That's unbelievable heading into the final sector, and we do manage to hold on that one more time. Onto lap 19, just one lap later, I do make a little mistake coming into turn 3, put all 4 wheels on the curb and then the grass, and because it's so sticky in this game, I did take a few more seconds to get back on the racetrack, at which point Hordes has pulled a few tenths lead. So we're going to have to do it once more again, having to retake the position from him. And unfortunately the saga now comes to an end on lap 21. We're going to start it with a prequel in the final sector of lap 21. Going on to lap 22, we were just so nose to tail tight round here. Zach has actually managed to get back up into P3 behind us. But it's here that I just get such a good exit. I do run on the curb a little bit and try and get right the inside. He blocks there, so I go for the outside and actually make the move, giving him just enough room there on the inside. Trying not to get unsettled on the inside curb on the entry to turn 2, blocking him all the way through all of these corners, and eventually managing to stake my claim as leader of the field. Although he does send it one more time up the inside, but eventually it's not going to be enough, and we do prevail. Of course, now I've got to defend from both him and Assassin coming in behind there in the 94. And I get a little tapped out wide there on the outside, and now I'm being swamped by cars on my left and right. Trying to send it up the inside, but he does block there, so I'm going to have to go for the middle. Assassin sends it around the outside of both of us, and while Hordes is trying to defend from him, I take both of them on the outside, heading into the penultimate corner, and that was only one of the best moves that I've done so far this race. It's not quite over because I've still got to get Assassin on the outside, but should be easy work considering all that I've been through so far. And I did sail to victory after that because those two battled a bit more. I pulled away by a few seconds there, as you can see in the top right, 2.6 to Hordes behind, and I managed to not only win stage 1 but sweep the whole race, which is a nice chunk of points for my team and my manufacturer, as well as me in the standings. I did end up P3, which is always good to see. And with that, we reached the end of round 1 of TAGSCAR. This was such a blast to participate in and, of course, host. Thank you to all the guys who made this possible. Thank you to all the drivers. It was awesome. As you can see here, the final standings for the league. In 3rd place, I come in just 8 points behind the leader. It's Hordes, who did a fantastic job defending from everyone else. Transatlantic, Uber Squad, and Dodge lead the owners and manufacturers cups respectively. And yeah, with that, make sure to tune in next time. Not sure it'll be a live commentary next time. Might be a bit more scripted. You heard it here first. TAGSCAR is scripted. And yeah, I'll see you all then.